So we're going to be putting together the up house. So the first bits we start with are the big panel that has the lines on there, and the big panel that looks very similar but doesn't have the lines on there. Just to say that all the kits come with lots of detailed instructions, where it's got pictures and that throughout it, and writing where you need it. So that will help guide you through it, but this video might just be that little bit of help if you need it. And I'm also going to work for them because it's been a while since I've built one of these models up, and you can see just how easy it is. So I'm then going to take this piece and I'm going to have this piece ready. This piece has got the cut out bit at the top, like the little pointy bit at the top. It is indicated in the picture that it's got the pointy bit at the top, so you know you're going to be using that soon. So put it the same way as in the instructions, and then I'm going to take it, this bit with the door and the window on, and I'm going to slot them into this panel here. Now, as you can see, that slots in nicely. It actually holds its own weight. However, I would recommend gluing it because you want it to sort of withstand being touched or moved or whatever else. And this one I am going to both glue and reinforce with hot glue, purely because it is being packaged up and sent out somewhere. If you were doing this, I'd say just use a good quality glue. Just use a good quality glue to sort of stick it down with, and that's all you really need. You don't need to use the hot glue at all. Taking this section, and it sort of slots in along there, and then this section will go on the end here. Again, as per the pictures, this will go on the front. So this front section will go on the front. Let me move these a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And this bit, the bit with the pointy bit, is going to go at the back at that gap there. Okay, so let's turn this on this side. See then all the darker brown bits are now flush, which means they're popped into place nicely, which is good. And I'm going to spin it onto this side. Okay, so this next section, I'll move the house out of the way, is we've got these 3 pieces, and you'll see they're all different. The 3 pieces, they look very similar, but they are different. You've got this one, which is completely flat on top, and then you've got these 2, which have both got notches on. See the notches? But the notches are on the opposite side to each other, okay? So, and again, it's clearly shown in the photo. So your one that is completely flat will go in the middle. The one with the notch, when you're looking at it to the right, goes on the right, and the one with the notch to the left goes on the left, as simple as that. Then we take this piece, and they're all going to slot onto it. So what we're going to do is add some glue. So again, we'll turn it over, and again we can slot that in like that. Oh, and that one in like that. And also this little piece like this, it looks like a little L. So that is going to go through this little hole here. Okay. So again, that is going to push through that hole there. Okay, so you've got that sticking out like that, and you've got them 3 pieces making your window like that. This really tall piece, and again you've got the 2 sides, so you can see the left and the right. Okay, so these are going to go either side of here. So I don't know if you can see, I have just pressed them side bits onto the side there. Okay, and then this is going to go on the top there. So when it comes to putting these little bits in, you will notice that they're different sizes on every side. Oops, sorry, they're different sizes on every side. So, you know, one's going to be way too loose, one's going to be too big to go in, the other side will go in. So, you need to pop them in the 4 slots around here, and you need to have the flat edge of them. So the flat edge of them facing inwards as such into the inside bit here. So the little knobbly bit will be pointing outwards. Alright, but you'll know which side sticks in, because it's the only one that fits. And then on this bit here, this is going to go on around the sides of this. So I need to add some glue. Okay, so it is going to slot into this gap here and these gaps at the side and slide around the edge, and that's where it's going to go. So just give it a wiggle to get it on. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to stand it up on its end, so you might not be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm just pushing it into them places. Okay, so you really need to try and get both of these side bits to push in at exactly the same time, because if one goes in, it'll kick the other one out slightly and it won't slot in on the other side. It will look like it's the wrong size, but if you get it square on and pretty much line it all up before you push it in, then it will go in perfectly and it will fit lovely. With these bits, you know, flat bit goes towards the back. There's only one side that will fit in the slots. All of them bits. This is how our house is looking at the moment. Two pieces look very similar, they're just sort of opposites, and you want the one with the middle bit, so not the lower part, but the middle bit, have the outer obviously facing out and the middle bit facing you. So the outer bit facing out, middle bit facing you, which means that's how they're going to go on. Alright, and they're going to glue onto these pieces that are here. What would be better to do is build up this whole front section that I'm doing now and then slot it on, because now where I'm putting this on, I'm having to try and slide it under this slot here, which is quite a bit higher than, and you risk sort of potentially breaking it. Now for myself, obviously I can cut more if that happens, but for you guys that's not a possibility. It does pop in because this bit's still flexible. You see how easily that did pop in there. However, I would probably recommend building this whole, as it shows in the instructions, build this whole section up first and then slot it on in one. So do as the instructions show, not as as I'm doing. And sometimes it's just about, if you're not sure where the glue goes, holding the bits up, seeing where the bits are going to, okay, there's a bit sticking out there, it's going to go in this groove here, and then working out from that where the glue is going to be going. Okay, and I'm going to push them in together. Again, get a nice flush fit. And again, it's probably better before you push all the sides on to do the chimney, so that if you need to get your hands in the end, you can straighten it up. I haven't, which is silly me, because it needs to push through. There is a hole in the bottom that it needs to push through. So these, the holes in the top of these are going to go at the top. On these, because they're such long pieces, you can either hold them till they're in place, or use something like a hot glue to just help with that, holding them still. Okay, let's try and get this in here. Push that in. As you can see, it all meets in around there, which is great. So now we've got these little pieces, and these actually go around the top of this. Again, it's quite self-explanatory which ones go where. The longer ones go on the longer sides, the shorter ones go on the shorter sides, and these are just to give you your lip around your chimney top. add finishing touch to the top of the chimney. Okay, so in your pack you will get 2 of these, 2 facing that way, 2 facing that way, and the corresponding sort of these bits to go with them. On first glance you might think they're the same. They're not. They're actually 2 different sizes. So these bits, for example, the longest piece, if I overlay them, as you can see, there's quite a bit of difference. And the same with these, there's not as much of a difference. If I overlay them, you can see that one is longer than the other. Hopefully the camera is focusing on that, because I can't reach it to make it focus. Anyway, so basically keep the shorter bits all together and the longer bits all together, and they're going to be going on these pieces that are sticking out around here. Now the one with the 3 panel door, 3 panel window bit has the longer sides, and the other one has the shorter bits. You'll know anyway, because the short one won't cover the length of this if you try to put it on there, but it will cover the length of that. So that will sort of tell you, that's your indicator to whether you've got the right bits or not. These bits will go round the edges. So first things first, I'm going to glue these bits on. Glue on either side there. And when we pop these on, the pointy bit is going into the point that's there. So the corner goes into the corner. Again, the flush bit sits there. If you try to do it the other way, i.e. put this on this side, you'd end up with a gap. So it wouldn't look right. You'd know it was wrong because it just wouldn't look right. Okay, and then we'll do the same with this side. And again, like I said, if you're going to put it on there, you could see it'll go on, but look at the big gap that it sort of leaves. You know that that's on the wrong side. Whereas if you pop this one on there, it fits snugly up there and the corner goes to the corner. So these, when they go on, let's say this bit here, when they go on, this is going on so that the pointed bit is going upwards. Now you will be able to tell the difference, because when you look at this, the bottom there is thinner than the top there, okay? It's not by a lot, but the top there is more MDF above the hole than there is there. There is less MDF, okay? The bit with the least MDF, the smaller bit of MDF, is the bit that goes to the bottom, okay? And when you look at the bit in the house, you will see, I don't know if it can pick it up from there, there is a smaller gap under the notch than there is over the notch. All right, so that again is what tells you which way round to sort of do this. And as you can see, that fits on nicely and covers the end bit. All right, and then you can do that all around this and all around the other side, like you did with the other ones. Okay, very nice and neat. Okay, so now we're going to go on to this one. Go again with this one. Don't know where the camera stopped filming, but you can see now that that's got all the edges on it, which looks nice and neat. So again, these bits of the roofs look very similar, but they are different, as you can see. The one with this piece, so you got the one that's like a wider cut and one that's a thinner cut, and this one's also got a line around it, which the other one hasn't. So this one is going to be going over this side here, which means this one will be going over this side. All right. Okay. And then we're going to add the glue again, like we have done before. And now I'm going to put the eaves on either side. So you've now got quite a few bits to contend with, like layers that have all got to slot into that roof in their specific places. So it's just take your time, really. Take your time, get a piece in. If you're happy that a certain piece is in, we do the eave bits last actually. Angled pieces there, and the smaller one of those. Again, oh. So you're going to put it so that the angled bit goes towards the house. So the flat bit is actually the bit that comes. So you might think that the flat bit is the bit that comes out to give the roof shape, but it actually isn't. The angled bit goes towards the house. The flat bit comes down to make the roof shape. Again, similar, that one's got a hole in it. So the one with the hole in goes over the side that's got the porchway area on it. So that'll go on that side, like that. And again, like with the other bits, you'd think that the peak might go to the front. The peak actually goes to the other part of the roof. The flat goes to the front. And it's the same with this piece. The flat goes to the front and this bit sits round the chimney. Alright, and then at the end of the house here, you're going to put this fascia. Okay, so when you put these, triangle pieces on either side of this one, and they go over this gap in the roof. Now you'll find, obviously you want the lines on the outside edge, whichever way you put it, and you'll find that one side's slightly bigger, it will not go in the holes, and the other side will fit in the holes. So if you put it in the hole that side, you end up with that point at the top. Okay, that flat bit at the top, that is wrong, because that is the bit that's going to hold your front on. So again, making sure the lines are on what's the outside. If you put that there like that with a flat bit there, you've got this bit here, which is what that goes on. Alright, and the other one will be the same. And again, with the angled bit touching the house, and this little bit will be the bit that goes in there. So this piece pops around the 3 section piece. Okay, so it sticks out just a little bit like that once it's on. And that allows these bits to go on. Just loosen that off a little bit till they're in. Doing is you've created the window sills, like the window sill and the window frames. That just gives that extra bit of detail. If you're painting it, obviously they can be a separate colour to the window bits, which is how a lot of people have it. Okay, and then on this nogginy bit that you sort of put through earlier, that's going to make your hose. So you're going to put one bit on, the 2 bits that are the reels of the hose, and then the bit on top of that. There you go, and that makes the little hose reel there. We've got window frames. So like on these big bits here, we have the window frames, and then these bits that go over them, which are the window sills. So you have the window frames, and then them bits that slide over them make the window sills.